What's going on, Omnibuddies? Mitch here, and you know what? It's been a while since I've done a video. It's been a crazy past month with work and all that, but we're back. What are we doing? Well, we got an unboxing, or a few boxes to unbox. All right, so let's get right to it. We have some really cool stuff that has come in, and you know what? A lot of these aren't omnibus or even hardcovers. So you know what? Let's get those done and check out what's in there. So cut some of these open so that we're not, because there's a lot here and I don't want to take forever to get this done. So let's get this first one open. This one comes to us from, what was it? Oh, I crossed it out. Tales from Another World. Really excited about this one. I was not gonna buy this, and then they did a great deal on it. And you know what? I was like, okay, I got you. Ooh, and you know what? They included some free comic book comics. So now I have Uncanny Avengers 1 and Girl Taking Over. Nice. What a good touch. What a great touch. Good touch, great touch. Oh, sounded weird. And here it is. I was not gonna buy this because it was going for way too much, and then they must not have sold it for some reason. But it's two of my favorite characters. We have Donatello from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Usagi Yojimbo. We have, by one of my favorite artists, by David Peterson, his 1 in 50 retail incentive variant. And there's 5 of these that interconnect and do like this really long thing. So we'll see. I really wanted this one because it's got Usagi on it and Donnie. So 2 of my favorite characters right there. Really nice condition. So really cool. So got that at a screaming price for what it was. But yeah, and that's super cool. They got a couple of free comic book day comics in there. So, and this came super quick. I had no idea that Tales from Another World was in Portland, so really close to me, which is super cool too. So I'll definitely have to keep that in mind. You know what? And let's keep the free comic day comics rolling. And this comes to us from an Omnibuddy, Crispy Simmons, I think is what it is, on Instagram. He saw my last video actually and reached out because he did a great job boxing this too. I might just have to go nuts and try and cut this open. Which I guess, you know, that's what this whole thing is cutting stuff open. That's the whole point of this video. But Crispy owns a comic shop in Arkansas, I think it is. I'm going to link to his profile so that you can follow him and his shop because he's super cool. But he reached out to me because he heard that I did not get all the free comic book day comics that I wanted because I was out with my daughters and having a great time. It's super fun. If you want to see that recap, it's my last video right before this one on there. Ooh, cool. Here we go. How about that? There we go. There's some info. Make sure to give them a follow. Check them out. Topeka, Kansas. There it is, not Arkansas. Kansas. So Hooked on Comics on eBay. Thank you so much. So he reached out, asked me what I didn't get that I wanted. And he's like, I will look and check it out. And so he did. And he said he threw a bunch of extra stuff in there. So I don't know exactly what he threw in here. So, but great packaging, like a really thick Gemini mailer. I didn't know they made Geminis this thick. That's pretty cool. I am going to keep this box so that I can use it later. Ooh, wow. Wow. Very good packing job, but a bunch of like bookmarks in there. Noise. Move my face so it doesn't autofocus on there. Very cool. Those are awesome. All right, let's cut this open and see what we got here. I think it's in like a bunch of bag and board. I think it's a bunch of bag and boards in a big bag with bags and boards. So very cool. All right, let's get this open. So yeah, he hooked me up with a whole bunch of, ooh, cool. Whole bunch of the comics that I did not that I missed out on. So he said he double bagged and boarded it in here. So we got the Cursed Library, and what is this one? What is it? I'll rebag and board later. But oh, well, lots in here. And then ooh, Star Trek, nice. And then we have Street Fighter. Yes, yes. Stoked, man. Get the tape off there. Sweet. So excited to be getting all these free comic book days. My comic shop, Gabby's and All the Cards and Comics, super cool shop. A lot of comic shops only let you do 3 comics, or 1 comic. They let me do 3. They let you do 3 per person. So, like I said in one of my youngest daughter got 3 of the Spider-Man comics because she liked Spider-Man. And you know what? Probably not a bad way to go for her because she's 4 and she destroys books like crazy. But we got I Am Stan. I was really interested in wanting to read, in getting that one, wanting to read it. Then we got Uncanny Avengers, nice. And then we have Marvel Voices right there, boom. Wow, getting like all the comics. So yeah, hooked on comics and cards in Topeka, Kansas. So if you are in that area, make sure to check them out. I hope that I can get to Kansas at some point in my life and hook up with them and check it out and check out that shop because it sounds super cool. Then we have We Are Legends, the DC one. Nice. Yeah, a bunch of these I didn't even ask for, and he just tossed them in there. So thank you, Crispy Simmons. And then we got Dawn of DC, Night of Terror. Bam. And, ooh, another Conan. Nice. Move my face so you can see it. Nice. All right. Let's see. Wait, maybe I didn't have that Conan. Maybe it's not another Conan. I think that's the first Conan. Anyways, all right. And then we have the last package in here. Let's check it out. See what's in this one. Ugh. All right. Get this going. Get that bag off there. It's so weird. I have not gotten single issues in so long, and then I'm like unboxing a whole ton of single issues. Like when I started this channel, it was kind of my I had fully given up on single issues. I don't want to say I'm back in the game, but I have kind of what is going on here? My love of single issues is kind of rekindled again, just with some variants and things like that. Super fun. Love collecting variants. And then, free comic book day. I love free comic book day. It's Christmas. So we've got Kojin X? I'm not totally sure how to say that one. From creator of Tokyo Ghoul. So pretty cool. Is this an actual? Oh, it is a manga. Okay. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. That's yeah. So it's manga style. So reverse. But I was kind of thrown off because it's the same size as a regular comic. So, and then we got Stormbreakers. Boom. On my face. Ooh, kind of a cool background. And then we have the Smurfs. I want to check that out. Maybe give it to my kids. See how much they like the Smurfs. Oh, they'll love it. I think they'll love it. I gotta check it out and have them check it. Speaking of having my kids check stuff out, I'm excited for this one. Very excited for this one. We have Ninja Turtles. What? Yes. Ooh, and a Last Ronin on the back. Nice. And then we have, ooh, this is cool. It's a foil Dawn of DC. Very cool. Look at that. Wow. Oh, it's super purple on the back. That is awesome. Wow. Oh, it's like an art book. Cool. It's like a Virgin variant too. Super cool. I did not see or know about that one. And then I was really looking at this one too. Get this out of the bag and board. Boom, 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 boom. And we have, I'll save that one for last because I was really wanting to look at that one. What is this one? It's really hard to read. Crediverse? Something like that? Looks very Conan. Boom. Maybe Red Sonja? Sonia? Something like that? Sonja. I keep saying Sonja. But, and then we have the fabulous Furry Freak Brothers. Definitely wanted to check this one out. Looks very like Sesame Streety, that like dark gritty Sesame Street one that came out a while back. Cannot remember, but yeah, that art is nutty. Yeah. Who did that? Anyways, and then really, really excited to check this one out. Really want to do this one. Animal Castle. I've heard so much about Animal Castle, so this is gonna be a great introduction, because that's what Free Comic Book Day is. It's like a great introduction to new comics. Oh my gosh, look at that art! Wow, look at that art. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Really excited to check this out. Really cool. Wow, look at that. So good. So nice. Anyways, okay, so we have a huge stack of Free Comic Book Day comics. Thank you, Crispy. Really excited to check that, read these, and check them out. I really hope I can get to Topeka, Kansas one of these days and check y'all out. And yeah, Hooked on Comics and Cards. Thank you so much. Really generous of you to hook me up with all these. Wow, like this community is so cool. I freaking love this community. It's such a cool, like, it's just cool that people are just willing to help each other out. A lot of hobbies, it's just everyone for themselves. But comics can, and ideally and hopefully isn't that. And it has definitely in the, I don't know how long I've been reading comics, like 15 years. Definitely is not like that, has not been that way in my experience. There's a few bad apples, but for every bad apple that you run into, there's like 20 great ones. So speaking of bad apple, we have Death Ray Comics. If you haven't read Weapon Brown, which is really hard to get the hardcover of, by Jason Youngbluth. This book is insane. It's like this dark post-apocalyptic tale of Charlie Brown. Just bonkers and so crazy. But yeah, so I was able to purchase, I think it was probably like his last one on his web store, but he signed that. And I had to put 0 out of 0 for like a limited edition, which definitely came out looking like a percentage, not 0 out of 0, but I love it. Freaking awesome. But so he did a second Kickstarter, because I missed his first Kickstarter, so I got that off there. But he did his second Kickstarter, and I kind of got it open a little bit, because I knew it was like a little crazy in here. But his second Kickstarter for, it's called Weapon Brown Aftershock, right here. And it's not a hardcover version. He wasn't able to do a hardcover because it's all self-published. But he did a trade paperback one. So this is the sequel to Weapon Brown. So this is Aftershock. Ooh, there's color in it. Nice. Very cool. All right, I'm not going to look through it too much because I want to be surprised. But ooh, it's got like a really nice, like soft matte feel to it. Really cool. So this is Aftershock. And oh yeah, I got a little, so I got signed and numbered. So this is with a little sketch on there, 373 out of 1,000. Nice. Very cool. So those go about the same size, a little bit smaller, but not too bad. Looking good. Oof. So good. I'm gonna have to do an overview on Weapon Brown and Aftershock, because I think there's a trade paperback of Weapon Brown out now that you can. Ooh, that's a sticky piece of envelope. Get off my finger. Yeah, so I think there is a trade paperback for Weapon Brown that's readily available. So then you could have, you know, both trade paperbacks that match, and then there is a whole ton of extras. Well, not a whole ton, but a bunch of extras in here. Dropped it. Look at that. If you're familiar with the like I'm very sorry John Garfield horror thing going on, this is absolutely screams, "I am very sorry, John." Garfield horror. Yikes. And then we have the iron-on patch. I think it's iron-on. Yeah, I think it's iron-on. I rocked Aftershock. So he's got like a nuclear reactor, nuclear arm. Charlie Brown does in this post-apocalyptic. It's just nuts. There's the pin. And then they have the F the 80s peak, kind of like sketchbook kind of thing. Is it a sketchbook? No. I can't show all that. Let's see, make sure it's pages are PG. But yeah, so it's like a full extra like comic in here. Super cool. Okay, I won't show all the pages in here. Okay, but there's that. And then Zone. I couldn't read that backwards for some reason. It was really weird inverted in the camera. Anyways, super cool. All right, I'll keep these kind of all stacked up so I can get to them. All right, so now we get to box number 1 of 2. These come to us from channel sponsor Organic Price Books. If you don't know Organic Price Books, you can use code Omnibuddy for $2 off every order. If you're ordering 3 or more books at the same time, be careful if you're pre-ordering, because if you have 2 books in stock and a book that's pre-ordered, when you do the Omnibuddy ship it together code, you wait for them all to come together. So you might be waiting a while. So you want to do that for like in-stock books or books that are like ready to drop. But if you use that code Omnibuddy ship it together, all one word, you can get 5% off your entire order, which is crazy. It is no joke. When you use those codes, free shipping. Some of the states don't have tax. Depending on how many sales have been made, there are some kind of wonky IRS math stuff, but definitely shakes out to some of the best within dollars, like not like $10 or $15, usually like within $1 or $2, if not just as good as the best places you'll find on the internet for distribution of these kind of comics. I've done the math multiple times and it shakes out really dang close. And really, with how fast they ship, the double-walled cardboard box, the crazy good attention postal inspector that qualifies as media mail stuff, like all that, like, and just like the great affiliate points when you order books, you get like points added to your account, and then you can cash them out. You get crazy good deals, and so great stuff. 1 book in this box, and I will reuse those boxes. My kids use those boxes for art projects all the time because I have way too many boxes. One of my kids just made a shield out of one of them earlier today, so they get lots of extra use. If I'm not shipping books off and selling books off that I'm not going to keep, but you go out of the bubble wrap, the little bubble wrap. And we have Sap Hunters. Wow, this book is giant. So this is a humanoids book. My very first humanoids book. I've been very nervous. In fact, I just talked to someone on one of my channel, on one of my, someone commented on one of my videos today, talking about metabarons. I think that's humanoids. And been super reluctant to get into anything humanoids, and actually until I just opened it and looked at it, remembered, oh yeah, that's right, this was my first humanoids book. But doing some reading, it sounds like this is a pretty good just standalone book, but dang, this book is massive, and I'm a very big sucker for green, so when I saw that cover I was like, oh, I need to do it. And look at that art, like crazy oversized type library edition art. Ooh, looks so good. Really excited to jump into this. Oh, I won't show that page. All right, show that page. But yeah, very cool. Let's see if there's any extras at the end of it. And this was a super cheap book. Just a couple of art pages at the end of it. This was like a super cheap book. What was it, like $25 before discount. So really cheap overall. Oop, dropped a pen. So yeah, really cheap overall book, and it sounded really cool, just like a futuristic People living in trees kind of a thing, post-apocalyptic society. I really love post-apocalyptic for some reason. I don't know why, but all right. I don't know. It just tickles my fancy. So now we got a bigger box here with that postal inspector attention notice, more paper, which I appreciate using more paper because it's more recyclable and can use it for everything else. And heck, it's paper, and if I want to start a campfire out back, I can do that. Oh, look, it came with a little Yondu sticker. Adorable. And then we got a couple bookmarks. They always toss these bookmarks, and they're doing like different editions and coming out with different bookmarks all the time. Super fun. Love it. Sometimes they feature some of the people that work there, because OPB is kind of like a family business there, which is super cool. Basically, JP just hired a whole family, David's family, basically, and then some other friends too. But let's get the stuff out of here in plastic. Oh, wait, there's more bookmarks in there. Let's see. Ooh, not just bookmarks, y'all. Stickers. There's stickers. All right. Okay, we had Yondu. And now we have Peter Quill. Whoa, what? Nice. And then we have, is that Black Widow? I think that's Black Widow. Cute. So we had 2 Guardians and then a Black Widow. And then another bookmark in there, wrapped up in there. Very cool. All right, so we got 3 bookmarks, 3 stickers. And now we got some books. All right, this video is getting really long. What are we at? Over 20 minutes already? I'm sorry. You just watch it in double time on YouTube. All right, so we have, I'm so excited for this one. So excited. I love Jeff Lemire, and I love Andrea Sorrentino. Dave Stewart is freaking awesome. Boom, we have the next part of the Bone Orchard mythos. We've got 10,000 Black Feathers. Really excited. So, got this one, and then, what's the other one that I'm blanking on it. But I've been stocking up on Spooktober books, so do my Spooktober book readathon. I did one 2 Octobers ago, not last October, the October before, but then I took a break this last October, I believe, kind of replenish on the horror books. So we got 10,000 Black Feathers, really good, really excited for that one. Let's plop that under there, trying to keep them organized so I can kind of hold it all up at the end. Stay on top of this thing. And, okay, so I have been eyeing these books for a very long time. I've heard nothing but great things about it. And then you know what went and happened? One of them, of the 2 volumes, went out of stock. But you know what happened is they reprinted one of the volumes. And now I have Scotty Young's I Hate Fairyland, Volume 1 and 2. Scotty Young's art is crazy cool, crazy good. And you gotta love these neon colors, just super cool. And it's just that crazy over the top, violent, goofy, fun books. So really excited to read Scotty Young stuff. And then been waiting on this. This looked really cool. Back from Dark Horse, sounded really interesting. And the art looked nuts. We've got Murky World. I was gonna say Murk World, but Murky World. And this is like a library edition size, I think. Close to it. A little bit smaller. A little bit smaller than library edition size, but what? Is it deluxe size? Oh, it is deluxe size. Mildly bigger. Okay, so mildly bigger. That foil on there. That's not just the plastic wrap on there, but there's actually that foil inlay on the front and back right there. Super cool. This sounded really interesting. I want to read this and do an overview on that too. And it had a very I don't know, it kind of looked very Mike Mignola, Hellboy, interesting. And then, oh, look at this. JP tossed one in here for me. More Jeff Lemire. We got AD After Death, a great book. Now this was a really interesting take on futurists it's after death, but so very future driven kind of Again, that post-apocalyptic-ishness. But this is not necessarily, I wouldn't call this a comic book. This is a kind of a hybrid comic and prose. So it's got very pages where it's just all text, and then just there's a lot of great illustration go along with it, with Scott Snyder, Jeff Lemire. But I mean, two crazy good creators, Jeff Lemire and Scott Snyder. But really good book. Really cool to have this. And then we have the last book, and I remember what it is. This was like a last minute, what? Oh, yeah, I didn't realize that JP had it on the site, on OPB, and I have been eyeing this for a while. And so, if AD After Death is kind of the hybrid book where it's got, like, it's a comic, we'll call it a comic book, but it's very much a prose book. This, because it's got a ton of words in it, this is a little different from that. We have The Labyrinth. Really cool. It's like, I think, almost square bound. But this has, like, it's got a lot of prose. Yeah, it's a lot of prose, but a lot of just like art going along with it. Very cool. Another post-apocalyptic. Apparently this is a post-apocalyptic unboxing. So yeah, this is, I don't know what I was thinking. This is very much in the vein of like AD After Death, where it's got like just a lot of really good imagery with a lot of prose in there too. And Simon, I'll try and say the name, Simon Stalenhag, but oh man. So really cool. You can freeze frame it and read that if you want. I will hold it super close. I won't try and read it, but there you go. There's a little bit of the synopsis, and yeah, really excited to check this out. It sounded super interesting. Let's make a little bit of room here so we can hold everything up. Let's see, get it all on one stack here. Kind of line it up so it's all looking good, so you can all see it. All right. Ooh. Here we go. We have First Humanoid book, Sap Hunters. We got Murky World, AD After Death, both Scotty Young books. We've got 10,000 Black Feathers, The Labyrinth, my free comic, or my 1 in 50 David Peterson TMNT When Where Usagi Yojimbo variant for #1. We've got a million free comic book day comics in here. Thank you to Crispy Simmons on Instagram. And then we've got the new Aftershock, which is the part 2 of Weapon Brown by Jason Youngbluth, and all those extras on there too. Holy cow, that is a lot. Way more than I expected. That was like, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packages that all kind of came in on Friday, and then Monday, as of the making of this, as recording this. Crazy amount of stuff. Crazy. Anyways, I hope to be doing a lot more overviews now, now that my travel's done for work. So I got a couple overviews lined up. I've been reading like mad, not the past week because I've been going mad with work, but I've got a bunch of books knocked off that I want to do overviews for. So be watching out for that. Really cool, really interesting stuff coming up. But that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, do all those things. But let me know in the comments, or the #1 thing to do is comment. I love talking with you all. I don't know that I've missed a single comment that I haven't interacted with or responded to. Love talking with you all. What is... I like to try and do a little prompt, like for comments, if you don't know what to comment or whatever. But what is a comic that's not like in a traditional vein? So it might just be a wordless comic, or it might be like AD After Death, where it's more of a prose type thing. What's a comic that's not a traditional comic, like panel by panel, that you think of that you really love and would recommend. Let us know in the comments. Love hearing these things and getting these recommendations, so let me know in the comments. All right, I'll let you go. Take care. Stay cool.